Hello to you, Cobia. Welcome. It's an honor to have you here with me today. Thanks so much for coming. So
No problem.
before we go into anything boxing related, we're going to start with a quick game. It's a boxing themed game,
Mhm.
and it's called Name That Boxer. Okay, so I'll give you a description, and I want you to name the first boxer that comes to mind. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the boxer you looked up to the most as a child.
Um, do I have to name? Is there only one I can name?
Yeah, just one. Just one.
Probably Manny Pacquiao.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the greatest pound for pound fighter of all time.
Uh, Floyd Mayweather.
Okay. And the toughest boxer currently active.
Toughest boxer. Javante Tank.
Okay. 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 And a boxer whose style you admire, but is completely different from your own.
Say that one more time.
Yeah. So a boxer's style that you admire, but whose style is completely different to your own style.
Uh, that's a good one. He got me good with that one right there. It's so much.
Yeah, there's so many. So just one.
Muhammad Ali.
Okay, nice. And last but not least, the dream opponent that you would love to face in the ring.
Mm. Dream opponent. Me versus Manny Pacquiao.
Okay, nice, nice. I would love to see that. Hopefully it happens one day.
Yeah.
Amazing answers. So now let's talk Barbados, the best
Yes.
place in the world.
Yes, it is.
And it's such an important part of your identity and mine. So what does it mean to you to represent your country on the world stage?
It's I can't even explain it because me coming from Barbados, we call it the sticks, the rocks, or whatever. But for me, from coming from Barbados, 27 miles, not too big island, coming here in the U.S., representing the flag, for a fight on Showtime, TV and stuff, and being a contender, it's like it's a blessing, and it's like show people that you can make it wherever you go, and just believe, and you could be an overachiever, just like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So, of course, Barbados will always be home. So, let's talk about some favorites then. What's your favorite Bajan dish?
Man, the dish should be, the normal dish is cuckoo and flying fish.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? I like macaroni pie. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Blue marlin fish and fries. Like that's my dish. You know what I mean? When
Yeah,
I go home, that's what I want: macaroni and pie.
yeah, yeah. Macaroni pie. If you didn't say cuckoo, that would be illegal. So I'm glad you said that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cuckoo is good too, but you know what I mean? That's the dish.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay. And what about your favorite drink from Barbados?
plus,
Okay.
yeah, plus.
Okay.
That's
Okay, and of course, Barbados is known as the gem of the Caribbean Sea and is popular for our beautiful beaches. So, what beach in Barbados do you look forward to going back to when you go home?
Browns Beach. That's where I grew up at.
Okay.
That's where I did all my fun stuff. How I learned to swim, everything. Browns Beach.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and who is your favorite Bajan musical artist?
My Rihanna.
I thought you might say that. I like Rihanna, but I also love a bit of Alison Hines as well.
Yeah, I love you know what I mean. Alison Hahn, but she was the first came to my head at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, a bit of crossfire. Okay, and who would you say, for what one tradition would you say that you carry with you wherever you go that you take from Barbados?
So I have a tattoo on my arm,
Okay.
and it symbolizes where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the trident. I have a tribal, but I have the implement of the trident off of
Mm-hmm.
the flag in my tattoo. So
Right.
when people see that, or people know that I'm Barbadian,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's where I come from. So that stands out. Once
Right.
see that, you know where
Yeah.
I'm from, you know what I represent.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So we've covered home, Barbados, and now let's get into your journey as a boxer. So you started
hmm
boxing at the age of just 12 years old. So what drew you to the sport?
Um, my family, my uncles and stuff used to box back in the day. Actually, my great grandfather, my grandfather told me his history, but
Mm-hmm.
he told me his grandfather history about he used to box in the day and he was very good. He was a champion in baby smalls. Um, and we was doing boxing before we even knew all this.
Mm-hmm.
I have an uncle named Nobby. So where we grew up at in the streets, we used to have everybody used to put gloves on and fight, but we used to do it
Right.
for fun. You
Right.
know what I mean? Me and my cousin were one of the smallest guys out there, and we was giving everybody work. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So after that, I went straight to when I got to when I got to secondary school, um they had this guy named Gary Bourne. He used to drive with a Toyota Corolla to the school giving boxing class, and they had these guys that was doing it. This is my first year in secondary school, so these guys. When I got to the second year in secondary school, that's when I really started going to him. But they had some guys that was doing it a year ahead of me, so they was getting ahead. You 1 year more training, more technical, more stuff than me.
Right.
So what happened was I found out about that, and I got interested. I went into class, and then we spar. We put headgear on, we spar, and I beat up the guys. So when I beat up the guys, the coach looked at me and was like, "You need to come to the stadium with
Mm-hmm.
the elite athletes. That's really go down." And
Wow.
that's really started for me. That's when I really took it serious.
Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, so as you mentioned just now, boxing runs deep in your family, and your grandfather was a
Mm-hmm.
professional boxer. Your father's a
And
national,
my father,
yeah, your
my
father
father is a
a
box,
national
and
champion
my
as well. Yep.
no,
And then
my father was just he was just a box. He was a
yeah,
boxer.
yeah. And of course your brother is an Olympic hopeful as well. So how does it feel for you to carry on such a proud legacy?
And it feels great. It feels important.
Mm-hmm.
There's no pressure. It feels important. It feels like I'm actually about to do something. I'm actually meant
Right,
to do something before it was just about me. But now when you got
right.
family and kids, and then you got people putting something together with you
Mm-hmm.
and organizing a program with you, it's different. So so yeah, it's a burden. It's like a lot of people is
Right,
looking up to me, and
right, right.
I stay focused. I
Mhm.
stay on the path, and I just go out there and execute what I have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing, amazing. And, so prior to embarking on a boxing career, you served in the Barbados Defence Force. So
Yes.
how did your time in the Barbados Defence Force, shape your mindset, not just as a boxer, but just as a person as well?
It made me. It showed me discipline. I was already disciplined, but it gave me more discipline. It gave me an opportunity to travel the world, to see the world
Mhm.
differently. It gave me um, the opportunity to move differently, and it made me more like not a home paced person. It made me stable in
Right.
terms of lifestyle and following duties and stuff like that. It made me become a man when I'm going to be a man earlier than usual. So I had to recognize that as soon as I joined the Barbados BDF.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And so your alias, is Soldier. So what made you choose that nickname? What does that nickname mean to you personally?
It means a lot to me because the BDF when I was boxing, you know, that was my amateur days. That was just boxing. You know what I mean? Trying to getting fights and stuff. But when I joined the BDF sports program, after leaving them and when turning pro, you got to find that name that carries on, that thing that keeps you fighting wherever.
Right.
That when I was in there, I just took that from my mindset in there, and I just implanted in my boxing game, my boxing world, and that made me Soldier Breedy going through the boxing ranks.
Nice. Yeah, I can see the connection between that role and through the nickname. So yeah, that it's really fitting. And of course, you met your coach Floyd Seymour during the Commonwealth Games in India and in 2010, and you reconnected with him at the World Games in Azerbaijan in 2011. So what made that partnership kind of click? How has that influenced your career? That partnership.
It was good. We worked to get to a point, and I appreciate them and everybody for helping me, get to that point. And then just we had a good relationship, stuff like that. He helped me, we got through the rankings and stuff, and then. Everything was, set in stone.
Yeah. Amazing. It's all about these partnerships, in the sport, and who your trainer is, who your coach is, who you're around. It plays such a big part in your career. And so, after 15 years and over 110 amateur fights you've had, which is a lot of experience. What were the biggest adjustments that you had to make when transitioning to professional boxing?
Working on sitting on my punches a little calming myself down a little more because I'm going more rounds. I'm fighting tougher opponents. Thinking more. I'm adding more to my game, my arsenal. Keep working hard. Take care of my body and stuff like that. But it's more about the coaches and the people that's around me. That's making sure that I do the right thing with my jab, my hands, and not making too much errors. So when I'm going to a fight, I make the adjustment and I make the correction to be a successful professional boxer.
Yeah. Amazing. And you've had the opportunity to travel to many countries thanks to boxing. But what particular experience would you say stands out to you so far in your boxing career?
A lot. Going to the Caribbean Championship as a beginner, but don't really have fights under your belt, and winning gold, that was like amazing. That's when I know that I'm meant to be something in this sport. And then even fighting elite athletes that's way more experienced than you and going toe to toe and coming out with split decisions, coming out with losses but could have go different ways.
Right.
Getting the experience and seeing the world is definitely an eye opener. Definitely it's like that was a new beginning for everything else, and just make you as a man or make me as a person want to even.
Yeah, amazing. And you mentioned fighting elite fighters, so I'm sure you've had some amazing sparring partners. Who would you say has stood out to you the most?
A lot. Everybody I spar with, they stood out to me. I spar with Sean Porter. I spar with Javon Tank. I spar with a guy named Lamont Roach. I didn't spar Floyd Mayweather, but I went running with Floyd Mayweather. I sparred some of his guys at his gym in Vegas. They have a lot of experience. Young upcoming guys that's very good, like Jaleel Hackett, my man Scooter Davis, Nasheed Smith. A lot of great people I spar with. Lamont Peterson, Anthony Peterson. There's so many people I work with, and they help me get the experience to be at this point where I'm at in my career right now.
Yeah. You mentioned some really big names there. So, it can only better you as a boxer by getting in the ring with that kind of talent. So, with a record of 15-1 at the moment, how do you stay focused and motivated as you prepare for each fight as they come?
I stay motivated by, just being with my family, going to the gym a lot, going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have too much friends. I keep my circle very small.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I just focus on my family, boxing,
Mm-hmm.
and my businesses, everything else I have around me. And I'm so busy as a person, and I got so much going on. For me, I don't have time
Right.
for nothing else but my family, boxing,
Right.
and my businesses.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have any hobbies outside of boxing, or is it just all boxing, focus on the craft?
I mean, I mean, I don't really have too many hobbies right now.
Okay.
I just, I, in terms of my businesses, I don't know if that's a hobby, that's a business.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying, but yeah, I'm let me say I'm a businessman. I am a family man,
Yep.
and that's and it's me spending time with my family, doing stuff with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
They know me that might be my hobby, might be fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, not too much. Not too much hobbies on my part. Maybe
Yeah.
after boxing, I'll find more hobbies.
Sure. Sure. Okay. And what would you say that, you would like your legacy to be, when you look back at your career, what do you think that you might want that to be?
I just want my legacy to be mostly in terms of for my people or where I'm from.
Yeah.
We don't have too much boxing coming out of Barbados, especially we have
Yes.
pros, but we
Yeah.
don't have a lot of good pros that fight on the
Right.
main stage like I did. So
Mm.
I just want to be one of the fighters that leave my legacy to make the way for the next coming and make the doorway or the
Yeah.
gatekeeper for the next person coming out of Barbados. And I
Mhm.
just want them to look at me as the man that he's one of the guys that made it happen, and that's where I would love my legacy to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And your next fight is happening on Boxing Day, and it's happening
Mm.
at home in Barbados. So, how does it feel to be returning home for such a significant bout? And how are you preparing for the big day that's upcoming?
I'm very excited. Like people don't know, this is a year, almost going 2 years in the making.
Yeah.
Um, but as people don't know, Barbados didn't have a professional boxing board for some
Mhm.
time. So
Yeah.
being in Barbados didn't have a professional boxing board,
Mm.
is no professional boxing could happen
Mm.
without that.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah.
So a year ago, from October something, October 16th, I went to Barbados.
Wow.
I had a meeting with the minister of sports, and I told him, man, can we put the board back, one day so we could have boxing? He did that. He put it together. And then
Mhm.
I had a couple people that was trying to promote a fight in Barbados.
Mhm.
So one of the guys, really was trying to do it, but they had no way to do it because they had no board. So as soon
Right.
as the board got put back together,
Mhm.
everything started falling in place. Sponsorship, promotions, and stuff like that, and we all made it happen. And it's crazy that it's about to happen in a couple weeks coming. I'm about to fight. I'm bringing professional boxing back to my country, and I'm headlining, and I'm putting people in a position to make a new way for Barbados
Yeah.
professional boxing,
Yeah.
and give people opportunities to
Mhm.
travel the world or even get a fight out of the country, like how I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a blessing, and that's all it's about. It's about you work hard to get to the point, and you give back by not you give back by doing stuff like this, coming back home to fight, and that's a blessing.
Yeah. No, I think that's absolutely amazing. You're a trailblazer already because you are part of that change which was needed. Myself, coming from Barbadian heritage as well. It means so much to me just to see my people progressing and doing great things in sport, particularly in boxing. I think it's just amazing what you're all doing, and literally take my hat off to you for what you're doing and creating that pathway, not just for you, but for those coming behind you in Barbados who, would want to be boxers, professional boxers, go to the Olympics, win world titles, because it is possible. And people like yourself, definitely demonstrate how possible that is. So what would you say your message would be then to the next generation of boxers in Barbados who are, looking up to you as inspiration?
First, well, I'm doing good. So strive to be better, work hard, take a page of my book and take it even further than I did.
Yeah.
And help the next man coming up. Leave a door open too, like how I am helping, leaving doors open. So do it, and keep doing it, and then the next person keep doing it, and we all have unity and come together as people and believe, support, and believe in God and just keep going forward. And I'm positive, been positive always, and that will take you a long way.
Yeah,
take us a long way too as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, everyone that's in Barbados, make sure that you get your tickets to go to support Cobia's fight. I'm hoping to be back home in Barbados next month so that I can attend. But make sure that if you are in Barbados, you go out and support. You'll be part of that history that's being made out in Barbados. But Cobia, I just want to thank you so much for coming to join me today on the 618 Unboxing podcast. And I'd say that this interview for me is actually the most special because you're Bajan, I'm Bajan, and like I said, I just love to see my people win. So keep up the fantastic work that you're doing, and all the best with your upcoming fight. I'll be rooting for you. We'll all be rooting for you here in England. And yeah, I just want to end, of course, by saying happy independence as well to all Bajans.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we've got independence coming up. So I just think it was a perfect time for us to talk. But yeah, wishing you all the best with your upcoming fight and smash it. Hope you get the win. You will get the win.
Yes, I work hard, so I'm get it.
Good. Yes, that's what we want to hear. Well, thank you so much. Take care of yourself and God bless. Speak soon.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.